You two stop. Stop, stop, stop. Stop fighting, guys, please. Okay, no, let me face you this way. I didn't mean to face you towards the log. I want people to get here, but these guys are getting anxious. I just want to show you guys something really quick. How much pride people take here and how they love it and they decorate it. Look at all these colored rocks. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, Lizzie. They just try and make it pretty because they care about this place. And something like that is not anything that's dangerous to the animals. And it just makes it nice. And Joe has been here already and filled the bird feeders. There were birds over at the feeder before. So the last two of the pox babies. So it's one of the hangry sisters and I believe Edwina. And these are four that I don't remember the names. So they are ready. And we have 50 people here. And I told people when I was going to be starting. So it's time for the talk. As I feel like my chest get tight because this is the end of the spring babies. We have our mid-season babies, but these are the last of the spring babies. I'm going to cry. Oh boy. New bird feeder there with bird seed in it. Two new ones, but that one's empty, but that one still has bird food in it. Okay. I didn't realize this was the last of the spring babies until I just said it. Okay, so you 6 beauties, last of my spring babies. Last 2 of my pox survivors. Today's a big day. It is the day you were born for. It is the day you get freedom. It is the day you start your lives as independent adult squirrels. I have picked this place because it is perfect for you. Now, I'm intentionally not opening the carrier while they're this anxious. I want them to calm down, and they will. So, just so people understand that, because I don't want them flying out of here disoriented. This place has everything you could want. Always has fresh water. Lots and lots of food. Joe comes and feeds the bird feeders every day. There are nut trees and berries and bark. Look at this thick bark that you guys love. And leaves and pine cones and acorns. There is really, really dense overhead cover to protect you from predators from overhead. There are no poisons, no roads, no cars. Plenty of nesting spots and lots of squirrels that had the same start as you. So as you start your lives as independent squirrels, I want you to remember, stay away from roads and cars and people. Be good squirrels, be good to each other. Watch out for each other, take care of each other. You guys had a very unique start, and there are lots of you here who did. Make lots and lots of squirrel babies because squirrels make the world a better place. And remember, as you go out into the world, that you are taking not just a piece of my heart, but a piece of so many other people's hearts. I can't let you out like this, guys. You gotta calm down. Shh. Okay. Okay. You are taking not just a piece of my heart, but of thousands and hundreds of thousands of other people. Okay, see? Look. That's what I wanted. Already tasting the world. Look at you. You had breakfast. You want to make it seem like I didn't feed you before I sent you out into the world? You're just so excited to taste all of these new things. Anybody would look at that belly and knew you had breakfast. So you could see where the pox spots were on this one. The fur's already growing back in. You're okay. You are okay. Calm down. Calm down. Oh, your door opened up. I'm sorry. I mean, your door closed. Let me reopen your door. These are the rocks I used last night to... Oh, there you go. Oh, okay. See? It's nice here. It's really nice here. And you're walking out? So much calmer than the others. It's pouring here, guys, and the rain just gets on the lens. I get it. So we have 3 out of the 6 out. 3 out of the 3 that are out have already tasted something. Thank you, guys. And we have somebody on a tree. Hey, Piranha. Such happy babies. These 2 aren't even like... They're just tasting the world. Yep, another release day. Oh, we have somebody walking out. Thank you, JJ. Yep, they're... Look, digging. First steps out onto the soil. Look at that one really digging. Oh, you found something somebody buried. I won't tell anybody, I promise. Hey, Gina. You're making everybody nervous. You and your zoomies. Some of these over here. Some of these over there. So we have 4 out now. Yep, another release. And we're going to do another release later on of our earless opossums and maybe Tinsley. Good morning, Deborah. We are releasing the last of our spring squirrels. Creaky, they had frostbite, and they lost their ears to frostbite. 3 out of the 4 of them. There were 6. 2 that were found much later in the day did not survive. So people found 4 babies first, and hours later they called me that they found 2 more, and it was too late for those. So 3 out of the 4 lost their ears, which honestly does not bother me because now I don't have to worry about them getting frostbite in the winter on their ears, because that is unfortunately common for opossums. I know, I love her. She's a very special little girl. Yes, they'll still be able to hear. They just lost the external ear. So direction, may be a little bit more difficult for them, but they can hear just fine. I'm not worried about snakes. Tinsley, so when opossums come in alone, they typically stay alone or go with one other. Tinsley and her sister came in, they were 18 and 20 grams and in critical condition, and they both made it. And they generally only get names when they're singletons, because in a passel of opossums, they all look the same. So they will get named as a group, like the McCormicks. That's an airplane. You've heard them by my house, but I'm glad that it freaked you out. It is beautiful here. Yep, the Nasties, the McCormicks, the Carls. Caddy Chris, thank you so much. You taking a nap? This one's taking a nap. Really? Let me open the door for you more. And you guys have time. I'm not rushing you out. Well, so far 4 are out of the carrier. After bringing 2 opossums home with me from here 2 weeks ago, we've released 4. If these guys aren't ready, they'll come back next week. I don't rush anybody out. The Bentleys, although they do have individual names also. Yes, they're very smart, no tea. One final nap before having to be alert, responsible for yourself. Oh, God, that one's swimming. I'm sorry, somebody just called. Let's go see what this one does to dry off. It's interesting to watch them dry off. Sometimes they wring out their tails. Sometimes they, oh, he's fine. They swim. They're actually good swimmers. It only paused because I got a call. I'm sorry about that, guys. You know, they swim. Like, I've had them swim in the canals behind my house. So this one here went into the water, and now he's drying himself off by rubbing on the ground. But you might also notice how well camouflaged he is. I do get emotional. I cry when I give them the speech. Right now, I have the biggest lump in my throat. Here, they should not have a hard time in the winter. These bird feeders are filled every day. I donate to that as well, like I contribute to the gentleman who fills them. There are plenty of hold on a second. You know, there are plenty of great nesting spots. This goes on like this for, oh, I'm still zoomed in. This goes on like this for acres and acres and acres, hundreds of acres. And we have somebody else leaving the carrier. And that wire there is mine. I brought a battery with me just in case. So right out of the carrier, tasting something. That's what they do. They taste the world. They know what to eat. So 5 are released now, at least. Creaky, they're going to spread out in here over the hundreds of acres. But they typically travel about a mile, like they have about a mile in their territory. Yep, I raised these guys from tiny babies, eyes closed, tiny babies. And it looks like the last one is getting ready to walk out of the carrier. Once I release them, this is going to sound a little weird. I've prepared them as best I can as a human for their release. You see that they are tasting the world. They know what's food. They can find food. They know to dig. This one was just digging right here in this spot. They know how to swim. I don't teach them these things. I set up situations while I have them that teach them all I can teach. I teach them competition. If I went to go near one of these squirrels right now, they would bolt so fast. They're not friendly. They don't love me. At this point, I am a minimally tolerated food source. I go hands off very early. Gabe and Willow. That scratch is from Willow from yesterday. Just giving her dinner. They are very feral. Oh, yeah. Next time you're in this area, if you have more of a layover, I will come and get you and we'll come here. Rob, I'd love to show you this place. So I hold them longer because you see how physically adept the squirrel is. They've never been on a tree before. Just completely jumped over the creek. Now they jumped into the creek. But we have another one all the way up that tree. Yep, lots of blue jays here. Who went to a huge rescue today? But that squirrel is so completely comfortable 20 feet in the air. Like, oh my God, you're scaring me. Like they've always been in these trees. And that's because they're a little older and they're physically more capable. They are intellectually smarter. They're just more mature. You know, sometimes I get a little bit of criticism, but when I'm hard releasing, I want them older. And I'm thick-skinned enough that if you don't agree with me, I can take it. I have never had one fall. We had a near fall, but that's one of the reasons why I pick here too. Let's go across this bridge for a second. I just want to show you. Hello, well, muddy squirrel. This is the one that was swimming. And in spite of the fact that they were swimming, they're perfectly fine. But let's say somebody's really high up in here. There are a lot of intermediary branches. But this is spongy. This is soft. It's like falling on a mat. So there's a big difference between falling on a natural forest floor and falling onto concrete. The chances of them getting hurt in here, falling, much lower. There are lots of places to catch themselves on the way down. And you can see we've had quite a bit of rain lately. Let's see. You can see the brook. Oops, I don't want to trip here. Going all the way down. And then there's more water on this side. And then there's another body of water back there. So these little streams run all through the preserve. They're never far from fresh water. Oh, somebody's walking through. Hi.
1 second. We. So.
They drink from the streams, yeah. Or they'll drink rainwater. I love that people use this place. But people who use this place are respectful and they care about it. So if we go back here, which is where I tend to release the bunnies, it says 97% of the viewers are quietly watching. You could encourage them to, and I didn't see the rest, but like, why can't people quietly watch and enjoy? Why does TikTok have to push everything so hard? I don't want to go too close because there's a family of ducks right here. Okay. Put more water here. Right, and that's what I want, Carrie. People don't have to. Yeah, Teresa. The ducks are making noise now. They're commenting. Beautiful family of mallards. Veronica, thank you so much. Oh, no, we see a family of ducks back here. We've seen them a few times. They're usually actually over in this stream. Shah, that's very possible. So that one of the reasons why I picked this place is because of the accessibility to water. And if you guys remember the snapping turtle video that I posted where the big snapping turtle was stuck in the waterfall of a pond, that's on the other side of this preserve. So nobody's gone back in the carriers yet, which is a nice thing. It is beautiful here. I took a step and spooked that squirrel. So they're not comfortable with me. They're as comfortable with me now that they are out in the open as they would be with any other human, which is really not at all. Hey, Jen. It is a very good thing. This is what I want for them because I want them to be safe. But I heard one back here. Where are they? Heard something back here. Oh, there's one. Jen, is the best feeling in the world. These are the last of my spring babies. We have our 6 off-season babies still. But these are the last of the spring babies. Somebody over here. Oh, they always do zoomies in this spot. So Ray, I'm sorry, I don't want to butcher your name. In terms of university settings, I used to release at a couple of different universities around here. And I still have the ability to do so. It's just that I think the preserves are better. But university settings aren't bad. Usually they have like a 5-mile-an-hour speed limit on campus. And they're friendly because actually people care about them. Right? Okay, perfect. Thank you for letting me know. People care about them at the universities. They don't generally put out poisons. They don't try and trap them, relocate them. And universities tend to want to have pretty landscaping. They preserve their trees, the habitats. And so, no, I don't leave food. You got wet. You're drying yourself off. Look at that. See, that one over here, it looks like it's ground. They don't necessarily know very wet ground, which is the reason why I don't want to release the flyers by me, because they don't know what a canal is. Denise, great job. Yeah, right. So that's why there are certain places like Washington Square Park in Manhattan, Central Park, Prospect Park. Those are places in New York City where the squirrels have become so acclimated to people because people actually are nice to them. And there is social pressure to be nice to them. Like, I think that even if you were in New York, if you were in a New York park and you went to herd a squirrel, people would do something about it. RM, it's the last 2 of the pox babies and the last 4 of the regular spring squirrels, but this was a group I lost the names of, like lost track of who was who. I know it's Edwina and the other hangry sister. Hey, Nate. Good morning. And I just want to remind everybody, I'm hoping to be back here tonight, a little earlier tonight, hopefully closer to 7, to release the earless opossums and maybe Tinsley, depending on how she behaves getting into a carrier. Yeah, Ray. So that, when you go to school on a campus like that and you have memories of it, I think it turns people into people that appreciate them, that see value in them, that see, oh, it must, no, that's a fire. Okay. That see value in their lives. They're the people who will pick up babies if they fall to the ground. Silent Hill, I don't know what that is. Is something going on that I should know about? Yep, there was one up that tree, but I don't know where they went. So there's one here. Oh, so Nate, we are antiquated here. That is the way they alert the volunteer firemen that there's a call. But it also goes off at noon and at 6. So I thought, I just looked at the time and thought it might have been noon. Gotcha, Charlotte. Thank you. So that one's eating something, or was just eating something, and Claudie, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. They start to spread out. We have hundreds of acres here, and what they tend to do is explore for a while. There are times where I've stayed with them the whole day or watched from a distance the whole day, and they generally find someplace to nap around 2, 3, and then instead of searching for food when they wake up, they generally start nest building or looking for a nest to borrow. And you know how we talk about how squirrels always have more than one nest? They will find somebody else's nest that's not in use. And I know they do that because I've had accidental hard releases in my backyard. And I have 2 starter nests in my backyard. And they always find those. One is in the tree without the nest box, and one is in the arbor. Aurora, I think so. I don't know for sure. This is one of my release spots. And I honestly, I picked this release spot because one of my other release spots, it's about quarter of a mile from the road to the release spot. And I don't know that my foot can handle that today. So I don't come back here regularly. Like, I'm not here every day to put food in the bird feeders. Like, if Joe called me and he was sick and he needed me to fill the bird feeders, I would do that in a heartbeat. And that's happened like once or twice in the past, I think 7 or 8 years. This is a release tree's knees. My foot is better than last night in terms of the redness and the swelling. This one just did a backflip. So hopefully this new antibiotic is working and it will start to improve more. Charlotte, I have an autoimmune issue. Maria, the last of our spring babies are going. The last 2 pox babies, who are one of the Hangry Sisters and Edwina. And then, hold on a second, there's something over there. I'm not sure if that's a squirrel, if that's a cottontail. It's moving like a cottontail. Yep, that's a cottontail. So Rachel, you just asked if they recognize me. And more times than not, when I am here and creatures hear my voice, that cottontail should be running away from my voice. It shouldn't have come closer. So there is a good chance that that is a cottontail that we raised and released. That just come out of curiosity. They don't come close. I mean, like, I'm really zoomed in and we're across the little stream and I'm all the way over here. But I do think that they come to look. And this is what I want for them. Curiosity, a bit of remembrance, because that makes my heart happy. But they're not coming up to me for food, for affection. They just come and they look and then they hop away. Goodbye, bunny. So, yeah, that bunny is hopping off. So that happens a lot here. Like I'll be walking through a trail and I'll hear noises up at the canopy and I'll see squirrels coming and sitting along the trail, just looking down onto the trail. And I had a squirrel with an unusual marking one point. And I saw that squirrel do that like 4 or 5 months after release. Like Wednesday had the white fur. She was all black, but with a few white strands. I had released one with almost a black paw. It was a gray, but it had one paw that was really dark, and it looked like they were wearing a sock. And 4 or 5 months later, I saw that squirrel just sitting watching me from a treetop. And when we released at Morogi Preserve earlier this season, we released there 2 days in a row. And one of the squirrels that we released the day before was there at the release spot saying hello. So we knew they made it safely through the night. Oh, God. Look at you go. Where are you? I am very zoomed in. This squirrel is 30 feet in the air. I think so too. Plenty high enough on your first day. Now you can stay lower down. Did you see that leap from one trunk to the other? And this one here? This is what happens when you release older babies. They are much more mature and physically capable. Oh, there you are. Hey, Amy. How'd you get up there so fast? So, you guys have asked before about survival rates and long-term everything. I don't have the answers. I can prepare them as best I know how. I can set up situations where they learn. Yeah, Piranha, you don't have to worry. They're incredible athletes. But I can't worry about the long term. My job is done today. My job is to get them to the point that their mothers would have. Oh, they just jump back. They just jump back. They just jump from this tree to that tree. So whether they have 1 day of freedom or 5 years or 10 years, I have no illusions. Squirrels are prey animals. They are. The odds are stacked against them. But I release them where the canopy is dense, where people don't trap or poison, where they don't have to worry about being hit by a car because there are no cars coming through here. And now it's up to them. Exactly, ladybugs. That's the perfect way to say it. In nature, the circle of life happens, but this is their life as it was intended to be. Because all of them were in my care because something happened to mom because of humans. And they all get to talk. I'm not going to be able to stay much longer because I have to get back to feed. But I am comfortable and confident. No, Amy, my 3 sons are still in my garage. They're going to be the last to leave us. And leaving us is questionable. I want them to go before the winter. But I also won't rush their release. They have to hit their milestones. I think today, Gabe and Willow and Trip might move outside. They're significantly older than my 3 sons. Gabe is the youngest of them. That's Willow. Nice jump, little one. She's much more ready now. But she's going to spend time outside in my yard in a cage in pre-release again. Because Gabe and Trip need to. And I think about Trip especially, coming in blind, seizing, brachial plexus injuries, and he's going to go into pre-release. I think so, ladybugs. I really do. I think this time. So they're going to go outside for a couple of weeks and then they will leave us. And about the time they go into the preserve in a few weeks, that's when my 3 sons can move outside. These are the last of the spring babies. Oh, wow, Teresa, that is strange. He sees, he can use his hands. One hand, the fingers have a slightly off angle like that instead of straight. Makes no difference to him. He doesn't know he's any different. He climbs, he jumps. Tao, have a great day. We'll see you soon. So the other night when we were at Veg for the babies with toxoplasmosis, they did not have enough medication for all 27 opossums for the entire course of treatment. So I have to run to Veg now, pick up the rest of it. They ordered it. I have to run to Veg now, pick up the rest of it, and bring it to Mary Beth, who is going to Christina's house later to help her clean and dose. They're all improving. Nobody has gotten sicker, and she has not lost any more. Oh, yeah, everybody's been on medication since that night at Veg. This one's eating something. Libra is better today than she was yesterday. So she's improving as well. I love that tree's knees. Yeah, and I want to give her some outdoor time today too. It's gorgeous out. First day that we don't have any rain in a while. I think somebody is right behind me. Yep. Oh, I turned around. Sorry. I have to deal with that. I went this morning. I want somebody to put their hand in that box, and I don't know what that box is. And I forgot I have to start dealing with that before it gets too late. So I do have to go now, guys. Yeah, so they'll be settled in. And Jacob, I have been in here in bad storms, and it's just like a drizzle. There are plenty of places where no rain falls. And then I don't know if I showed you the giant hostas in a while, but there are hostas whose leaves are 3 feet long that I have seen rats, mice, squirrels, and cottontails using as umbrellas. Ah, you learned to use the bridge. See how smart they are? Somebody learned to use the bridge already. You didn't get wet this time. Yeah, today is beautiful. Tomorrow won't be. That log is the reason why I keep the log in the main pre-release enclosure for the opossums, because even when there aren't footbridges for people, see, like the squirrels can cross the little streams in the canopy. The opossums can't. So Joe puts branches like this every once in a while so that the opossums can get across easily, and the raccoons and the mice and the rats. So yes, I will be releasing here again. The other preserve, I have to walk a little over a quarter of a mile. And that is going to be too far for me with my foot. Diana, I could too. I really could, especially with the babies exploring. And they're not babies. They're young adults. mean, I will be back on. Foot is less swollen than it was yesterday. I'm hoping it stays that way. I did change my antibiotics yesterday, and we did an extra dose last night. So I've had 3 doses already. So I have to go deliver the medicine, get home for the flyers, because I've been gone from them for an hour now. They have to eat again at 1. Drea, it's about an 8. But I can't take anything for that. So goodbye, little squirrels. You are well prepared. Be safe, be happy, and have the very, very best little squirrel lives. And remember, I'm here if you need me. Just ask a human for help, and a good human will help get you back to me. Okay, I'm about to really cry. So, I'm going to say goodbye now, guys. I am aiming to release the other opossums at 7 Eastern time. Things always, there are always reasons for delays, and I will post in Discord as I fine-tune the time. Okay, so Corbin, Pedialyte is terrible for them. They changed the formula of Pedialyte to contain zinc, and zinc is toxic to squirrels. I wish people would get babies to rehabbers. There is an app called Animal Help Now. Please, please go on that app and find a rehabber to give that baby to. We would much rather get a dehydrated baby or a malnourished baby than a baby that has been aspirated. Oop, we just had somebody miss a branch, miss a jump. Did you guys see that? They're not perfect. And they do miss jumps. But look at this squirrel. They are perfectly fine. And they're going right back up again. And that's because this floor, the forest floor, is totally untouched. It's soft, it's spongy, it's decades of leaves. It feels like springy when you walk on it. Regina, I haven't, but I'm thrilled that you have that. Don't worry, nobody saw you fall. You're not going to be a meme or anything like that. Can't wait to pull that live. Shelley, that's wonderful. Regina, that's amazing. So yesterday's opossum release is already posted on the Tuba View. I will get this posted as soon as I can there as well. Oh yeah, Teresa, you can do that. Yep, he had to show me that after missing one that he could do it again. And I'll have this one up there as soon as I can. The opossum release, tonight's release is going to be around 7 o'clock Eastern time. That's what I'm shooting for. I'm the first to admit, predicted times are only suggestions. They are not set in stone. Things happen and schedules get, thrown to the wind. So I'll be live 2 more times today for the opossum release, and then a regular nighttime live somewhere between 9 and 10 tonight to do all the tube feedings and the flyer feedings. Cross Lady, thank you so much. I just released 6 squirrels that I raised from eyes closed babies. 2 of them are playing on the ground right there. I'm back at Mill Pond. You know where the little cemetery is on Lakeview? It runs between Belmore Avenue and Sunrise Highway, Zinner. The Southold Baldwin. Probably 28 weeks. These guys are late to go. They are completely solitary as adults. I have to get better at bird calls. Where are you? You're little. I think that was a mockingbird. I don't do migratory birds, so I haven't learned a lot of their calls. It's not a blue jay. That's why I'm saying I think it's a mockingbird, because it sounds like a blue jay, but it's not. It's gray. And it's not a female blue jay. I was really surprised. I was doing a heron rescue, and herons sound like screaming dinosaurs. It had a hurt leg, but it could fly short distances. And I was listening for it, and I hear it, and I can't see it. And I'm listening, and I'm looking all over, and there's a little bird on the roof. And every time I turn my back, I hear the heron. And I turn around, and there's no heron there. And then I realized it was a mockingbird making the heron noise. Not happy with that bird. I think on the video that I took of that situation, I have a picture of the mockingbird on the upper roof of the house and the heron on the lower roof of the house. Oh yeah, no, I know, but I just can't. I don't have 2 devices that I could run Wi-Fi. I'd need another device to listen with. It's the Cornell bird app. Starts with an M. Magellan or something like that. Merlin, I think it is. The last four of the mixed up babies, the ones that I don't know the names of, the last of the Hangry Sisters and Edwina. Oh, Carrie, that's annoying. The intern that has been working with me just graduated from ornithology at Cornell. I can ask her if they have any contact information for you to reach out about the app. I am Groot, yes. Just released our last 6 spring babies. Are the squirrels taking a bath? Or was? Cleaning themselves? Yeah, I don't know if she knows anything or if there's really still any association with the university program and the app anymore, but I will absolutely ask. I can do that right when I end. But I have to go find out about somebody checking for the flyers. I have to deliver the medicine. So let me get out of here, guys. I thought I did too, Teresa, but you know me. I hate leaving you guys. So, God. It's hard leaving the last of the spring babies, the very last. Goodbye, little squirrels. You are very, very loved. I will see you guys later. Hoping to shoot for 7 o'clock Eastern time back here for an opossum release. Bye, guys. Teresa, it's very possible. We'll see you later.